So with the front of the house now looking a little smarter, there was this one door that needed a bit of attention, but we weren't too sure of its condition.
Why is it so many drawing pins in this thing?
But they look so nice, you're going to have to put them back in afterwards. We were just saying that we're going to have to get a new handle because it's...
Your mission this afternoon, darling.
Should I care to do?
To accept it.
Well, we could both go to Maximum's if you want.
I think I've seen the thing that I want for it.
Oh.
On Facebook.
On Facebook?
Well, it's an Etsy shop on Facebook.
Oh, right.
It's like an old Gothic.
Yes.
I think it comes in black or pewter.
Then it was time to get out the trusty restorer, and it seemed that the top half of the door was in good repair.
Wow. Look at that difference. That's amazing. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
Using one of the lighter brushes meant that the bristles could glide over the studs and actually buff them up a little too. But it wasn't until we reached the bottom that it became apparent that the wood was quite mouldy and the base plate needed removing. It was a stubborn little thing, but with a little elbow grease it popped off. There were also quite a few more studs that needed removing before we could replace it. They also took some removing. But here comes that music again.
Although I've just filmed it, I'll just explain that Steve's just taken all those little bolts out of the bottom of the door because it's pretty rotten at the bottom. Well, not right at the bottom is fine, but that bit, well, obviously you can see.
I think that door probably came from somewhere else.
Yes, and they've made it to fit there because it's such a lovely, it's so lovely.
It's a shame this didn't come up as nice as that. Maybe I'll work on there a bit more.
Yeah, perhaps it's a bit more rotten. That's the bit that's rotten.
This is good wood.
Yeah.
It's like it's got some sort of bleach on it.
Yeah, it's strange.
Still, once it's painted. Right, what am I doing? Getting the tape.
Well, we've just found this, as you do, this piece of oak in the barn. And it looks like it's going to fit perfectly onto the bottom of there, but obviously with a bit shaved off it. But I think that's going to be good. 107.
107.
Get your goggles on.
I can't see a flipping thing through them. You can't clean all your jumper because it makes them dirty. Looks a bit weird to me.
Of course, both bits of wood aren't the same thickness, so looks like a step up. But
Shall I pack it out at the bottom?
well, personally, I think it's quite charming.
Sure.
Yes. Would you want to stand back from it if I hold it? Or it might stay there. Stand back and have a look from a bit of a distance. I mean, it does look a little bit strange, but in fact, it's quite cute. So because the two bits of wood weren't the same thickness, Steve's now just packed out the top one, so it is now.
Is it going to open?
Let's hope so. Oh! I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I quite like the look of it because it's like the dip in the top one comes down almost to the middle. It looks like it's measured to do that. So a little bit weird, but I actually really like it. I think it's unusual, and that's what I like. I like unusual things.
Like Steve.
Like Steve, absolutely.
So with a bit more rugger brown wax, that old door was revamped. And with a new piece of wood for the seat and the postbox on the wall, it all looks splendid. Okay, so this next bit is really very exciting. For some reason, we suddenly decided to have a proper look into that mystery room behind the workshop. So Steve got out the stone remover and began to remove the stones that had been cemented into the windows some years ago. The whole idea was that if there was indeed a room in there and we could easily knock a wall through from the salon, then we'd make a little study to house things like the printer and my art stuff. But also, if the wall was too thick, we'd make an opening from the garden and have a garden room to house the pool pump and deck chairs, etc.
Right, I need a pair of gloves and a bucket. Coming up?
Don't tread on the floor. Wow, okay. But how on earth can you utilise it?
I'll take the floor out. Clean the cobwebs. I reckon we take it right out to the end wall. So there's that much lower. That's about 5 feet lower, the ceiling of that room, than this room. And there is a wall between us, but it's not structural. It could be easily knocked down, and this could be made into one great big room.
With a little tiny door.
But look at the oak, it's just perfect. The beams, everything is cobwebby, but perfect. But I reckon this wall behind me, I'm going to give Joe the camera back. And I'm going to swivel around. Well, we can do a measurement now, can't we? So if I come out and we measure from there to there, which is a glove's length,
Yeah.
and then measure from the window reveal in the room in there to the wall in there,
Yeah.
and then that will be able to minus the difference and tell us what this thickness of this wall is.
Yeah.
I'm properly impressed with this.
Yeah.
And isn't it appropriate that we're breaking into here on the 6-month anniversary?
Oh yeah, 6 months. Yike.
6 months today. If it's about 3 o'clock, that's when I started work. 3:10.
I think it might well
So
be.
see, there's some big stones across here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether when you put the endoscope in, there was a gap. So it's either a bread oven or a fireplace, I reckon, because
Yeah.
there's a chimney above it.
Yeah.
But
would we go to all that bother of knocking a big hole through a thick wall just to have a room that's, well, with that end cleared, it would be a big room. It wouldn't be very wide.
no, but it would be a perfect study. Sorry, I was passing the broom.
So this wall in the salon, if you remember, is where we poked through with the endoscope. So with our hearts beating a little faster, Steve began to drill through.
Oh my God, this is so exciting.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh. Right, well your endoscope went further through than that, so...
Bear with me, sit back down. Give me 2 more minutes.
Oh, I can see, I know that it's that side.
Okay?
Yeah. Ah. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting. That is a bread oven.
That goes further than the wall. This must be underneath the floor.
Oh,
Oh,
that is
second
an oven though. Look, because you see that it's got the fire bricks on the side.
We go and get some sort of light.
How very strange.
We have a bread oven.
We have got a bread oven. Well, we think it is. But gosh.
You might have to paint a duck on the top stone.
Yes. Well, I usually do that sort of thing. Oh, it is. Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. So I've got to get over to get...
Look at the ceiling.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that incredible?
It's a shame we're going to have to brick it up.
What?
Look where I went through with the endoscope.
I know, that's so funny, isn't it?
I missed it by a centimetre.
Look at that. It's so beautiful. What are we going to do with that?
We're going to make a bloody nice feature of it and put lights in it. The breaking through the wall into the little window in there was really tough. That wasn't quite so tough.
No. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That looks amazing. Wowee.
We had just enough unbroken ones for me to reinstate the top.
Wow. That's so cool. Look inside. It's all beautifully clean. Gosh, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Oh, that's really lovely. Yeah, that looks... I think you're right. I think it's... Well, not taking it out now. It's just like a really amazing feature, isn't it? And I know that once we've got a big pot of some sort of flowering thing there and the settee there and that sort of thing, it's going to look amazing. Well, it already does look amazing.
So I think that needs raking out and pointing.
Okay.
I think this is too...
Yes, it's very rustic, isn't it?
It's very fragile. I don't even think... Oh, it's not too bad, that bit.
Yeah.
But all this down here is just really flaky.
Yeah. Gosh, it's amazing though. Oh gosh, you've even stained the beam.
I've made it darker in the middle.
Oh yeah.
It's got to dry. That's been patted on with a sponge.
Oh, brilliant. What a great idea. So it looks as if it's still used.
So it looks like sooty.
Yeah, that's so good.
Right, here goes. I'm following my good friend Lisa's instructions. I've raked it out I've damped it all down. I've made up a mix of muck. I've got my rubber gloves on. This is my first ever go at pointing stone walls. Let's see how it goes. Right, so I'm using a lime mortar mix. I know you can't see down here, but I'm recording this on my phone. The GoPro camera, vlogging camera, is at the other house. But I'm using a 4:1 ratio, 1 part lime, 4 parts sand. I think 3:1 is more for construction, for strength, but for just pointing I think 4:1 should be fine. We'll find out in the morning when it's all on the floor. Right, this side there's lots of tiny little stones at the top here, it's very small ones. So I've smeared it all over those rather than leaving individual stones showing. And then you come back tomorrow and it's called knocking it back. You knock it back and then you brush the stones off that you want to show. So I think that's what you do anyway. I think that's right. I don't know.
What an incredible find! It took our breath away and is truly exquisite. And in such good condition. We had no idea it was there, or at least that it was so huge. We gave it a good clean out and placed some spotlights inside. We hope to find a glazed door for it too, but we'll keep you posted. Steve carried on with the mortaring and exposed a little more stone. It's incredible. What more will we find at La Forge?